welcome or welcome back. I'm going to do a Breyer Halloween theme. We'll call it that, Breyer Halloween. So I have, you can't see them all in frame right now, but I have all my Breyer models from Halloween's past, and then I have the new ones I'm going to open here. But we're going to look at the old ones first, just because I haven't shown them all before. So we're just going to do a recap. And I'm going to start with the little stablemates. So this guy here, this is Mini Skullduggery. He is on the Rearing Arab mold that released in 1998 and was sculpted by Kathleen Moody. There you can see his little stamp. And then he's got a little skull on each hip there. This guy is really cool because he is the first part of the first set of Breyer stablemates. It was like a little 3-pack set, and he was part of that. And I'll throw a picture of it up on the screen. I can't remember who was all in it, but he was my favorite one from that. And he is actually a mini of the first ever Breyer Halloween model that was released in 2001. That was the big skullduggery. He was on the silver mold. The next, newest model, I suppose, would be Mini Ichabod Crane. He was released in 2019, and he's kind of fun because there's actually 2 larger scale versions of him. There's one in the traditional fighting stallion mold. That one is named Ichabod. And then in 2016, they released a classic scale, which I don't think that one's called Fighting Stallion. I think it's just Rearing Mustang or something like that, or Rearing Stallion. And that one was named Crane. So they did it twice. Mini Ichabod Crane is on the Rivet mold, and he is fully glow in the dark where all the white is. And then he's covered in little skulls. He's adorable. He was a 2013 mold by Jane Lunger. Yeah, he's adorable. He's probably one of my favorite Halloween horses that I have. This is probably one of my more expensive Halloween horses. This is Mini Spirit of Hallowed Eve. So, well, it'd be a he, but he doesn't glow. But if you can hopefully see pretty good, he has got little phantoms all over him in this lighter purple color on both sides. And that classic, fighting stallion, no, he was a traditional, I'm sorry. There was a red velvet rope event thing that Breyer did in 2008 that they released some Halloween models for, and his traditional scale was released in that year, but the stablemate mold scale mold of this fighting stallion was released in 2020, and it was originally sculpted by Chris Hess. Okay, so we are back in blind bag territory. This is Minnie Nevermore. Her traditional scale horse was in 2008, and that was on the Mustang Mare mold. This little gal, was released in 2023 as one of the 3 blind bags that you get, and both her and the traditional scale model are kind of a oh my gosh, I just knew his name 2 seconds ago. Edgar Allan Poe, the Raven, that comes and says nevermore, nevermore. I can't remember the story. We had to read it once in school. But this is the Cantering Morgan mold, and it was released in 2019 and sculpted by Laura Skillern Saylor. And I might not be pronouncing everybody's names right. Sorry. So the last 3 stablemates I have are all from the same year. They're all from 2024. These were part of the Series 6 blind bags. Yeah, it's still 2025. I panicked for a second there. Yeah, these are all from last year. This is Mini Salem. This is on the Icelandic horse, and this one does glow in the dark, again, where the white is. The Icelandic horse mold in stablemate scale was released in 2013, and this one was another one sculpted by Jane Lunger. If you can see on his tail, he's kind of got a purple pearlescent, and it is on his feet and actually pretty much all over him, but it's most noticeable, I think, on his tail. His classic scale big model was released in 2019 on the American Saddlebred, and that is one I hope to have someday. And this one is got like, he's like cats. I don't know. Cats all over him. Then we have Mini Goblin, and this is the Magnolia mold. This is a 2018 mold sculpted by Kathleen Moody, and obviously she has got goblins all over her. And yeah, kind of like that purple pearlescent again, and does glow in the dark. Her classic scale mold, all three of these from 2024 were classic minis of the classic molds, and that one was released in 2017 on the Harper mold. And last but not least from 2024 is Mini Ratsputin, and you can see he's covered in little rats all over, and again, he does glow. This is the Irish draft mold from 2019, sculpted by Eva Rositer, I think I'm saying that right. His classic model was released in 2020, and that was on the Warm Blood Stallion, another one I hope to have someday. That's all for the little stablemates that I already had, so we're going to move on to the big boys, because they're all boys, I think, if I remember right. This is the first Halloween model I got. This is Thriller from 2021. Flash warning, but there is his little, it says his name on the bottom there. He does glow in the dark where the bones are. Mine honestly does not glow like really well at all, especially compared to like the other big ones. I'll just have my lights on in my apartment for a while and then I'll shut them off and I can see all of them, even the littles, except for this guy. But I have heard that originally this horse was going to be like a Frankenstein's bride, and I feel like if you look at the mane and the foot feathers, you can definitely see that. All over, he is covered in kind of this green pearlescent, really lovely. That I actually am so happy that I own this horse, and this is what like really as an adult brought me back into collecting Breyer models. The Gypsy Banner mold has multiple variations. It is another Kathleen Moody mold, and it was released in 2012. Next up is from 2022. This is Maelstrom, and he is on, I'm probably gonna have to set him down a little bit, on the Destato mold. He is kind of like a pirate vibe, so here you can see a skull. Another kind of skull there, some skulls there. And there you can see one with a sword, and yeah, there's a little ship here on his hip. So then again, flash warning. There is his Maelstrom 2022 stamp on his belly. This probably isn't my most favorite one. I'm just not a huge fan of the green color, but I wouldn't sell him, so he's still staying here. Yeah, the 2012, the Destato mold was released, and that was by Christina Lucas. I really like his, like, pirate theming. I just wish maybe we had, like, a little more, I don't know, orangey blue, maybe? I know it's not very Halloween colors, but I feel like green doesn't scream pirate to me. I don't know. But I still appreciate his existence, and again, I wouldn't sell him. So, okay, so in 2023, we got Spectre, and this is the Ashquar mold, very much an Arabian. You can see the dished face there. I love this mold a lot. I only have one other on this mold. I only have Empress, which is devastating, but yeah, I didn't get the Edge of Glory. I did have the Edge of Glory for a little bit, but oof, dusty. But I don't know, I didn't love the dapple gray as much. So there's a couple other colors on this mold that I'd rather have. Anyway, this is Halloween. But you can see Spectre is covered in little ghosts and of course does glow in the dark. And I really like the orange purple gradient that is all over him, and his mouth too kind of has like the specter like opening there, and then on his nostril. And then yep, he does have they all do, I don't know why I was surprised about that, the Spectre 2023, and he's got a little ghost by his name. And the Ash Squire mold was released in 2013 and sculpted by Bridget Eberl. Eberl? I have them written down here. I'm hoping I'm saying these close to right, but. And then the last big that I have, traditional scale Halloween horses, is Beowulf. I did show him earlier, so I won't go crazy in depth with him, but you can see he's kind of got the wolf pattern on him. I really like this red color, which surprises me because I wasn't so sure about it at first, but it is a really nice red color, and you can see that there's a bit of a shine to him, kind of a coppery metallic in there. He is on the semi-rearing Mustang mold, and that mold actually released in 1961. So, a bit of an old mold. But I really do like this mold. I don't really have anything else on it. It is just, it's such a, I don't know. Some of the molds are very, like, seem so small, you know, like the Arab. That's a fairly dainty horse anyway. But being that this is like a Mustang mold, there's some heft to it. And it was sculpted by Chris Hess. So that's what I have for my Halloween collection currently. Let's add to it. We are going to start with the little blind bags. So here is the back of the bag, front of the bag. There's really not a whole lot here. I have 3 of them. There are 3 of them. I did cheat and feel them, and I'm 99% sure that I got a full set by only getting 3. I was afraid. I was thinking, oh, should I have got that 4th just to get that extra chance? I said, nope, we're only getting 3. And I think we did it. I think we got all 4 of them. So, I won't tell you too much about them. I'll just talk about them as we open them. Oh, okay. So, we just looked at the big one. Here is Mini Thriller, and again, we have the gold, or the gray, what color? Green, pearlescent in him, and very similar. I'll bring, after we open these other 2, I'll bring the big one back up, and we will look at them real close together. And yeah, Mini Thriller, he's a mini of Big Thriller, and again, sculpted by Kathleen Moody. Bag number 2. Oh, so this is the Warm Blood Jumper. So this is Mini Tabitha. She was the 2002 classic scale model that they released, and she was on the Mariah mold. This mold is a little bit older too, 2006 by Jane Lunger, and there is a little peg hole in the bottom here for his stand. Let's see if I can get it in there. Does it go this way? Where's my other one? I don't know where my other one is. Oh, yeah, I have the other one in this way. I think it goes this way. Just doesn't want to go in that easy. Okay, it's not really in there that good, but you get the idea. Third bag, so we are hoping for the Alborozo, I don't know how to say that one. And ta-da! So this is Mini Eek. He was the 2021 classic model on the rearing Mustang. And you can see he's got like little spiders all over him, and again that kind of green pearlescent, and there's one right on his face. The Alborozo, I'm pretty sure is how you say that, mold was released in 2018 and was sculpted by Bridget Eberl. So there is our 3 from 2025, and I am so thrilled that I got one of each. Like, actually so thrilled that I didn't have to try and trade. I didn't have to do nothing. We just got them all. So there's Big Thriller and Mini Thriller. I thought when I first took them out of the bag, this white is definitely a little bit more prominent, which, I mean, it's a mini, it's not going to be perfect, so not that big a deal. So you can see there's white here, and then we kind of have the Y-shaped white. There isn't the white streak here. Otherwise, we do have the nose marking, the white on the feathers, and then ribs and neck, and then the green eyes, of course, with the black, I don't know, eyeshadow. So then on this side, our mane is a little bit different. It is just sculpted different because it is a miniature version. You can see here, this is up in the air. This is not. So we don't have the exact same, like, I don't even, what would you call that? Tendrils of hair coming across. So we do have two streaks here where we only have one. And then same here, like the mane is just a little bit different shape. So the white is a little bit different patterning, but you can see it is very similar, as close as you can get with a little bit different shaped mane. I think he's definitely like a lighter gray, but a very well done mini because we have all the same little markings, the tail, and again, just the smaller scale, you just don't have as much detail, especially with like how the hair goes. You can only pack so much into a little miniature model. But yeah, we got one of each. I'm so excited. This is the first big and mini that I have, so yay. So held within these two boxes are the 2025 and 2024 classic models. Okay, so this is Screech. Sorry, I just couldn't read. So we'll do that one second. We'll do the 2024 classic scale model, which is Draftula. And that is on, he will be on the walking drafter horse model, which was first released in 2019 and was sculpted by Mel Miller. Don't try this at home. Okay, so before I fully remove him, let's look at the box, even though I cut it open kind of upside down because the Breyer logo is here. So in 2024, we had, this would be Tabitha, this is Ratsputin, we have Eek, Salem, if I remember right, and then I really like these fangs that are on here, and then of course the stars, the moons, and then we have some bats, and it is like the same on both sides. Okay, here is Draftula. So we can see he is a very dark black with like some pearly undertones. And then, of course, his little hang tag here. It's the same on both sides. I'm going to take it off just so we can like fully look at him. Here he is. So this is a classic scale. Classic Freedom series scale. And then we have a bat, we have a bat, we have a bat. You can see like the head there and then the two wings. He's got a bat up here on his chest. There's a bat if we go wing, body, wing. This would be a bat if this is like the face and then the wing and maybe another wing and another bat there. And then he does have little Dracula fangs. So there he is. I thought he was a little purplier. I don't know, I could have been making that up. But this is the 2024 classic scale model. And if you notice, I don't have the 2025 full scale model yet. I will probably do kind of what I did with Beowulf and wait until it goes on sale. I don't know. I don't like spending. I can buy more if I spend less on each one. This is the 2025 classic scale model, and I have noticed that these don't seem to go on sale. So it's like Dracula, at least when I bought him, was not on sale, and he's a whole year old, so I'm not sure, but Beowulf was on sale. So in 2025 we got again Salem, Tabitha, and Eek, and then we don't have the fangs, we still have the moon and stars, and instead of the bats we have like an owl and pumpkins, kind of again in place of the little vampire fangs. I prefer the vampire fangs, but it does make sense that that's Dracula, and then this is Screech. Ta-da! So here is our 2025 Screech, and then again it will be the same on that side, but I'll take it off for now just so it's out of our way. So he is a blue model for 2025. I actually really like his color, but you can see we have the owls and like the one owl, and then we have some feathers and stars and a couple more owls on this side, and then he has a feather as his blaze down the front and two, like he's got a star on each cheek. And this is the classic scale American quarter horse stallion, and it was released in 2005, and it was sculpted by Kathleen Moody. And oh, I totally forgot. So each one of them does have a belly stamp. So there is Screeches, and then Dracula's. Oh, these are the only two classic ones I have. I don't know. Kind of thought I didn't want them in years past, but now I'm like, yeah, I want them. Of course. So for now, this is the 2025 Halloween haul, and I am so excited to add these guys to my Halloween collection. Halloween is absolutely by far 100% my favorite holiday. Yeah, Halloween is my favorite. Just such good vibes with Halloween. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please check out another one. Comment, are you a Halloween? What's your favorite holiday? Or I don't know, which one was your favorite that we got here? Or maybe did you have a favorite out of the ones I already had? Is there an older model that you pick out to be your favorite Halloween model from Breyer? Let me know. But for now, bye-bye.